Hi there. Today I'm going to be talking about student personnel point of view documents. And there's three of these. There's one from 1937, there's one from 1949, and one from 1987. The first one is 1937, and it is a report of a conference that was held discussing philosophy of student development. And during this conference they came up with these student personnel services that the authors of the document are arguing are really important for all institutions, no matter the structure, no matter the mission, to uphold. So these are kind of these items or services that are going to be supportive to student success across all colleges and universities. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was it says that students should be oriented to their educational environment. And this is a service that I'm really passionate about, especially as a student employee in the orientation office at UCCS. And I really am interested in pursuing orientation in my professional career after graduating with my master's. And so I really think it's important for students to have a positive and supportive orientation experience, because this really is key for sort of helping acclimate them onto campus, because it's their first time, their orientation day is their first time really stepping onto campus and seeing what it's going to be like to be a student. They're getting a taste of the campus culture. They're getting to see what classes they'll be able to take and where they're going to be living and who they're going to be interacting with. And so I think it's really important to support students during this process and help them be oriented and acclimated to the institution in which they're enrolled. And Nicholas Lockwood has been a huge influence and mentor to me. I started working in orientation in my undergraduate degree, and Nick just really showed me sort of the value and the importance of helping students feel supported and included on campus from day one, their orientation day. So then another one that I wanted to talk about was enlisting the cooperation of families in education. So the Parent and Family Programs, or the Office of First Year Experience at UCCS, really does a good job of implementing this service today at UCCS today. So, and then another one is facilitating religious life, which is something I think we've kind of shifted away from in higher education today, or something we don't really talk about quite as much. But I thought it was kind of neat how at the Air Force Academy tour that we went on in class, we spent a lot of time in the chapel and talking about how the Air Force Academy really kind of accommodates to students of different religious affiliations. So that's sort of how that value is implemented in higher education today. That's an example of that. And then the 1949 SSPV document is revisiting the 1937 document and saying, hey, yeah, they're kind of reiterating what is talked about in the 1937 document, that there are certain services that should be implemented across all institutions, no matter the mission, no matter the structure, and that these certain resources or services should be made available to students. And then the 1987 SPPV or SSPV is, they're kind of on the 50th anniversary of the 1937 document. They're taking a look back and saying, hey, wow, a lot of these values, a lot of these services are still relevant, are still essential today. And they add in a few more, kind of elaborate on them, saying that, you know, feelings affect student learning, and student involvement affects student learning, and that, you know, institutions should be conducive of diversity and supportive of diversity. But I think what's really neat about these documents is that they're saying, hey, there are certain values and there's certain services that should be implemented in institutions, and that should always be implemented into institutions, because they will always be important for student success and be important for supporting students. And so I think it's really important as student affairs professionals to sort of internalize that and say, what can I do for students that will always be beneficial, that will, you know, stand the test of time, And I think that's really kind of the beauty of student affairs and this profession, is that we can really work hard to make sure that we are supporting students in a very significant and long-standing way.